The man was so shocked his jaw hit the table, his tongue rolled out like a carpet and his eyes popped like springs, all because he saw the beautiful girl. To see her, the mask robbed a bank. She raised her hand with a seductive gesture and his heart almost jumped out of his chest. The mask jumped in and danced with her. Faced with such stunning beauty, he could not resist kissing her, which was seen by the crime boss. The boss fired a shot and cut the mask's tie, planning to kill him, but the mask bounced away and disappeared. The police rushed in and suspected the boss had robbed the bank, arresting him on the spot. The chief found a broken tie, checked the fingerprints, and discovered it belonged to Stanley. The next morning, the chief came knocking. Stanley quickly shoved the money into the closet, narrowly escaping. The chief found nothing but soon checked the surveillance, which clearly showed the robber was the mask. The boss was released, and the first thing he did was place a bounty on the mask. Hearing there was money to be made, the girl decided to lure him again. When Stanley saw her, his eyes lit up. When he heard she wanted to meet the mask, he eagerly agreed. The girl arranged to meet in the park that night. Stanley rushed home to wear the mask, but it suddenly lost power. Anxious but determined, he went anyway, unaware the chief was following. At the park, the girl was waiting, but she wanted the mask, not Stanley. Hiding in the bushes, Stanley tried the mask again, and in an instant he transformed. The mask only worked at night. Seeing him, the girl tipped off the boss, but the mask thought she was only teasing. The chief called in reinforcements and stormed in. The mask turned and ran. To avoid suspicion, he removed the mask, but people still recognized him. Reporters who had been following him offered him a ride, but drove him to a warehouse where the boss was waiting. It was a trap. The boss seized the mask, put it on, and turned into the Green Demon. He sent men to Stanley's house to steal the money and then threw Stanley to the police. The entire scene was witnessed by Stanley's dog, who followed the car to the station. Stanley thought he was doomed until his dog barked outside. He directed the dog to sneak in and fetch the keys, and he escaped. Meanwhile, the boss tied up the girl and set time bombs, planning to kill her. Stanley learned the mask was at the casino and rushed there, but without the mask he was caught. Seeing Stanley, the girl came up with a plan. She said she wanted one last kiss, but only if the boss removed the mask. Thinking there was time, the boss took it off. She kicked it away, and the dog jumped to catch it, mistaking it for a frisbee. To everyone's surprise, the dog put it on and turned into the green dog, biting and peeing everywhere, unstoppable. Stanley grabbed him, removed the mask, and transformed back into the mask. The henchmen loaded their guns, but the mask pulled out rocket launchers. Realizing things had gone too far, they ran. The time bomb was about to explode, but the mask stuffed it into his mouth. It detonated inside, and he was fine, only burping loudly. The boss tried to stab him, but the mask painted a toilet, pulled the handle, and a whirlpool sucked the boss into the sewer. At last everything was over. The girl threw away the mask, and she and Stanley finally became a couple.